Hello everyone, and welcome back for another episode of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. We're practicing this Spriggan Scald of Okawaru for week 5 of the Crawl Sudden Death Challenge. And in the last episode, we attracted a herd of angry yaks and killed a couple of them and retreated into the lair from the rest. Getting back out should be exciting, but hopefully we won't have to do that anytime soon. I was thinking in between episodes about gods. We have Okawaru, and that's on purpose, because he's one of the week's challenge gods. But it occurred to me that, Dithmenos is a classically good Spriggan god because he's so stealth-oriented. And we could theoretically switch after reaching champion with some god. I don't think I want anything in this Book of Death, do I? Are Spriggans actually any good at necromancy? I don't really know. No. I mean, -1 isn't too bad. If I wanted to, I could learn some of this stuff. But I don't really. So we could take Okawaru and then switch, or we could do the same with Trog, or whatever. The last one is Nemelex. Do I have poison resistance, right? Yeah. And switch to like Dithmenos or some other. I mean, I don't know. Okawaru is very good. There's rarely a reason to switch from him. You can switch, and it'll sort of improve you a little bit, but you're already doing very well just by being Okawaru. So there's not a compelling reason to switch so much. I love all this stealth. Its dream is coming true. So while we could, I don't think I need to. I was thinking and also Okawaru and Trog are both famously wrathful. They're not a lot of fun to put up with the wrath from. I switched away from Vaymet last week because he was doing absolutely nothing for this troll. Ooh, confuse, huh? That's real good. That makes me so happy. How many spell levels do I have? 1? All right, I'm going to try a little spell casting here to get confused online. So Vaymet wasn't doing anything for our troll at all, and the wrath was just fairly manageable. It was some direct damage to a troll, which is fine. But Okawaru and Trog both summon really dangerous monsters and make you fight them. I mean, you don't have to fight them. You can run away, but they stick around forever, unlike stuff that monsters summon. Divinely summoned stuff. Well, not necessarily, but not all divinely summoned stuff. But they can be what's called durably summoned, which means it's summoned, so you don't get any points for killing it, any experience or whatever. But it's also permanent. So you can't just run away from it and have it disappear. And his Okawaru's Wrath is pretty dangerous, and I would not be inclined to switch away from him, both for that reason and because he's a pretty good god. But it was just something I hadn't thought of. Oh, hey, you can switch. I don't typically think too much about switching gods. It's just I pick one who's good, and then I stick with them. And I should think more about switching. So how are my spells are getting pretty castable even without the Ring of Wizardry. So I think I will keep the Ring of Poison Resistance on. There's a lot of poison threats in Lair. Okay. Cool. So sheep are not a big deal. And it's interesting being this mix of the classical Spriggan run away from everything, and did I leave any monsters lying around? It doesn't look like it. And the typical Scald of tab everything. We kind of have to be doing both. It's fun. A fan of Gales, yeah, gimme. Nergal, okay. It would be. I can't get the stab on her. I'm lusting after that stab, but the law says we can't do it unless we want to give up the point. The 3 points. 4? Let's see. I guess it's 3 for the bonus. There's 4 total points you can get for the bonuses, but you can get one of them by instead killing a unique. So we would be giving up on both bonus tiers, which is a total of 3 points. Okay, there is a stair left that we haven't used. Oh, actually, is that other stair? Oh, it's right here. Okay, and then there's this one, yeah, which is not, I should have used the other, oops. Whatever, I'll use any stair, and whatever it comes down, that's fine, okay. Okay, let's try to get the stab on this frog. Nope. But with poison resistance, and let's try to get the stab here. No. All right, so spiny frogs are a big threat in Lair for a lot of characters. They're fast, they hit fairly hard, they have high evasion, and the poison damage is serious business. As a Spriggan, we can run away. This is sort of a solution to a lot of problems. But if you sit there and melee them, they're still dangerous. But we have a backup plan, which is to run away. Hey, gifts. Thanks. Needles. Cool. That's an interesting idea. If there were a unique who was giving us a particular, a lot of trouble. Bug Hunter, a Minotaur Berserker Ghost. All right. If there were a unique who were giving us a lot of trouble and we couldn't, for some reason we couldn't duck them, an option would be to try to use a needle to incapacitate them and then run away or something, and then they would lose track of us when they woke up. Maybe. Now that I say it out loud, it seems like a worse version of just running away from them. In that it also makes us use up needles and train throwing. So it doesn't seem that good, but I guess it is an option. So we are allowed to kill player ghosts. They are not uniques. If I wanted to, I could fight that Bug Hunter guy. But let's be honest, I don't. So how's Confused? It's looking pretty good. We're pretty alright at hexes. And I guess let's let spellcasting get another level before we turn it off. Electric Eel. Something stings the plant. There's a frog nearby, I guess? Electric eels don't sting. That's one thing I learned in biology class. Yeah, it's a spiny frog. This is a dangerous, dangerous place. We can't really run away because of the electric eel and the water we would have to go through. But fighting both of these at once is scary, scary, scary. We could use poison needles on the hippogriff, but not really on the spiny frog. Oh, I forgot to put my poison resistance back on. Yikes. We could try to get away to where the hippogriff won't see us. Let's say here, I guess. And I don't think the electric eel can get down here. So let's try not a Shroud of Galubria, but that other thing. A spectral weapon. Yeah, now everything can see us, though. I'm poisoned. Not too bad. Let's try to get the hippogriff. Hitting me with lightning. Not a fan. Let's back up around this corner. Okay, let's regen. Yeah, that's helping. I don't want to summon another spectral weapon because it might get shot by the electric eel. Okay, looks like we managed it. It was a bit of a disaster. But it was a tough place to take a fight. I should have used heroism. I need to remember that I am with Okawaru. When I have spells available. Is this the same electric eel? I can't tell. It seems like it must be. When I have spells available, I tend to forget that I have Okawaru, because I usually go with him on like mostly melee dudes. And especially, you know, this Spriggan has self buffs, so when I think about buffing up, it's like, oh, what spells have I learned? Let's cast some of those. Whereas Okawaru's buff is like really, really strong, and I should remember it. So like here, I don't think we particularly need heroism. Can I confuse this guy? He resisted. But that's probably a way I can just kill a lot of the... not elephants, but like frogs and snakes have very low magic resistance. I mentioned it in some previous video. So you can confuse them pretty easily or put them to sleep, whatever hexes you got. This elephant, though, man, I don't know. Maybe with heroism I could take one elephant, but it seems like running away is the safer option. And this isn't all of Lair 2, but it is an awful lot of it. So I think I'm just going to declare victory. Okay, grab... Oh yeah, there's this player ghost too, huh? Let's grab the giant frog. Try to pull him away from all the elephants and everything else. Looks like an elephant noticed us. Could I possibly have pulled just one? No. Alright, we are taking this staircase and committing to it. Okay. There's an ice cave and a volcano here. Ice caves are typically longer and have better loot. Volcanoes are kind of dangerous for the amount of loot that they have. So if I got a choice, I would choose the ice cave, but I probably won't get a choice. You can even sometimes do both if you're very fast. Like you do the volcano first, and then come out and find the ice cave, and then take your time in there. But actually, I have a lot of mapping, don't I? Yeah, there's 2 more there. I think I will try mapping and maybe do them both. Interesting decision. Let's exclude this staircase first so I don't accidentally go back up it. I think it's worth trying to do both. I've got pretty solid defenses, really, for a Spriggan. Where is it? Mapping. Capital D. Like 9 armor is very good for this stage of the game as a Spriggan. Pretty poor otherwise. And 26 evasion is just insane. Almost up to 50 health. 50, you guys. Alright, so that's probably the ice cave, and that's probably the volcano, if I had to guess. But it looks like this is a cool little cave. I think I'm going to come up through here, check this one out, and then maybe visit it, maybe not. Yeah, this is the ice cave. All right. So I'd rather do this one second if I could do them both. If I try to do this one first, I won't have time to do them both. Tell you that. Let's duck in here. That's really dumb. Let's not do that. I was thinking like, oh, I'll just tab him, but I need mobility. That's my strength as a Spriggan. And pinning myself like that is just a commitment for no good reason. Can I confuse this guy? Yes. Can I confuse this guy? Yes. There's still a lot of ice beasts to kill. Which even just by itself is a reward, right? Look at all this experience we're going to get. Let's try to confuse this one. Got him. So it looks like we're not going to really have time to go to the volcano, probably. I don't know. I guess this hasn't taken up a lot of time, but I'm about to have to rest. Yeah, I think we actually haven't even gotten a notification yet about the portal timing. But I'm going to have to rest here to get some magic back. And that's going to advance the timer a fair bit. I'm going to try to sneak up on this, really, if I can. There's one. There's two. There's three. Okay. So that actually went fairly well. And now the question is, do I try to do the volcano first and then come back for this ice cave? I've got plenty of time to do it, I guess. I can head to the volcano, and if I don't like what I see, I can leave. Ooh, blink frogs. Yikes. Maybe I don't want to go that way. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna settle for a good haul and not try for a great haul. Dodging is fine. Spellcasting I can turn off here. I need some invocations so I can use Okawaru's abilities more. Heroism might let me sneak up on that pack of blink frogs, but I'd rather not chance it. Their ability to blink makes them very dangerous for someone who relies on getting away from things. And we have plenty of room, right? Yeah. 8 slots. Let's drop this Double Sword of Pain, I guess. I'm not really going to use this anytime soon. And the Ring of Strength. These unidentified scrolls, I guess. Okay. So this is just a bunch of mammals to kill in here, basically. Once I get a little bit further into the ice cave, it might be easier to isolate things. But this very first fight looks quite challenging. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to take this. I guess confuse. It all has the same magic resistance. And I'm sure later on there will be stuff that is like very magic resistant, like Death Yaks will probably feature. I don't think I can fight 3 Yaks in a fair fight at all. So let's try to confuse the wolf. If we get some lucky confuses, we should stand a chance. Alright, that was quite a few hits. I'm gonna Spectral Weapon with my last bit of magic here. Actually, Heroism is probably a better usage of my MP. I'm gonna try to stab the confused ones before I kill the awake one. Now Spectral Weapon. Alright. That went pretty well. Another wolf heard the commotion and came by, but we're plenty buffed right now to get him. Cool. Okay. I feel good about that. We did get lucky with the confuses. Not every fight is going to go that well. But our ridiculous evasion of 32 let us just sort of stand up and tab a yak. And I'm gonna, while I have, nope, never mind. I was gonna try and sneak up on him while I have heroism, but I woke up the polar bear, which woke up everything else, and maybe I made the right choice, maybe I didn't, but it certainly would have worked better to rest first, because now I just like don't have a way to kill any of this, and it's gonna get to me before I can regen enough magic to do anything, I think. So I'm just gonna have to settle for killing 3 X and 2 wolves, I think, as the loot for this ice cave. Back out and try the volcano. Oh well. There's just no way I can deal with that stuff. And we'll avoid the blink frogs on the way. I don't know what's in this cave. It would be kind of nice to avoid that too, whatever it is. It looks like just rats, but still gonna keep my distance. Some kind of snake here. Got him. A rapier. Thank you. I looked it up, by the way. I was pronouncing it right. It's just rapier, like you would sort of expect. +3 of venom. That's great. So that's easily worth an upgrade. And it means we're going to have to train short blades a little bit longer, but that's fine. And short blades are already trained enough while using heroism we're maxed out. And I could maybe slow down / stop and just focus on more utilities, I guess. Like grab some more fighting. And let's see how the volcano looks. Did I predict this right? Did I predict this one was the volcano? I think I did. I don't know. I might have said it was the ice cave. But it wasn't, so I would never have been wrong. And there's this Hydra. Is there any way I could try to get the stab on him? First of all, if I stabbed him, would he die? I'm not sure. Is there any, like, avenue to sneak up on him? I think... Is this lava or... That's floor. So you could spend 1, 2, 3 turns in his line of sight if you came at it this way, or 1, 2, 3, 4 if you came that way. So coming from over here is the best way, I guess, if you wanted to sneak up on him. Do I want to risk that? It would be a lot of experience. It could just instantly kill me. Although with this much evasion, I don't think it's very likely. I think I'm going to give it a try before I go into this volcano. I'm going to see if I can kill that guy. I'll turn on heroism for the stealth boost as well, which should make me just outrageously stealthy. That's lava. Okay, let me just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he could see here, except there's a wall in the way. And there should be walls in the way for the rest of this trek. Okay, and we're going to use rest? I guess. Let's rest. Let's just heroism. I'm thinking of a spectral weapon as well. But I'm worried about the noise that spells would make. Alright, we got the stab. Now we got to see if it kills him. And it did! Great! So that was totally worth it. I didn't look at how much experience we got, but it must have been a lot. And it was certainly worth the piety. Cool. So let's try the volcano now. Still got plenty of slots. Let's head in. This is a small volcano, as I recall. Just like a bunch of humans with They used to have hammers, but hammers don't exist anymore. Ah, we still have heroism on. That's nice. Didn't really think about that advantage. And they have a bunch of robes of fire resistance, which I will actually happily take all of, and then later I'll see... Nothing here, right? Let's not go that way. I'll see which one is best enchanted. Okay, this human has shouted. Is this all like... No, it's not transparent, it's metal. Let's cast this. Back off, please. And then, like, confusion? Sure. Confusion successful. All right, so this character feels like they have gotten off the ground. I probably said that earlier, but you know, we're now settling into not exactly the Spriggan Enchanter playstyle, but something pretty close to it, where we can like tab things and we can sneak up on things and we can confuse stuff if it catches us unaware. Or rather, if we have to get in, not if it catches us unaware, but if we are accidentally in a fair fight, we can try to confuse. Wow. I haven't seen toenail golems in a while. What do they even do? The question is, do I heroism here? And I think not. Not if I'm in their line of sight. It's better to just save the turn and try for a stab. Good, good. Okay. And let's just loot this whole area. What's this new potion? Resistance? Yeah, there's always a bunch of resistance in here. Okay. Bolts of Frost, really? Okay. Seems like silly loot for a volcano. Let's close this door. Heroism for the stealth. Walk back in. Oh dear. Why is it magic immune? That doesn't make any sense. Well, we've got all the loot, so I'm going to see you guys later. Great, so we made it to both portals. We had to back out of the ice cave uncomfortably early, but, you know, you got to recognize your limitations. And the volcano, we backed out of, you know, early, but we didn't miss the main loot, which was a +2 robe of fire resistance. I could have actually been wearing my ring of fire in there, which would have helped. Oh well. I can honestly just stop picking up enchant armor. Are there any spells left I want to memorize in here? Metabolic Inglatiation is alright, I think. But it's quite a high-level spell. So I think I'm just going to drop all the books as well. And let's get moving. Grab some more experience, i.e. sleeping monsters. Okay, so one of them saw me. I want to get away before the rest do. And then just confuse them. Confusion stabs are going to be the plan here. Oh, that's right. They're not, like, super magic vulnerable. Let's try to run away from the last one. Heroism wore off. But a hippogriff we should be able to take out with just spectral weapon. Yeah. And let's eat some bread. See, like, the fact that we can't eat corpses is just not really relevant when every bit of food goes so far. Okay, let's cast a Shroud of Galubria. That noise got his attention a little bit, and now that he's closer, I'm going to confuse him. And if he accidentally does land a hit, that's what the Shroud is for. Okay, I feel pretty okay about this character, actually. Having found Confuse was a big... a coup, perhaps? It was a big win, anyway. And I don't know. How much further do I want to take this guy? It would be interesting to finish Lair, I suppose. I'm going to identify this Wand of Digging, actually. 1 charge. Okay. But I think I'm not going to learn a lot more here. The Spriggan is sort of off the ground. I learned some things not to do, like don't train only short blades early game. You really do need some stealth. And some dodging. That was a mistake I made in the first practice game, which, I mean, made early dungeon pretty hard. What else? I learned to skip dungeon levels with too many uniques on them, because you're just not going to be able to find room, to breathing room, to do anything. But you can still make do with less experience because of Spriggan aptitudes are so nuts. And now we're up and going with hexes, with stealth, with charms, all the classic Spriggan nonsense. I don't have invisibility, but we'll just leave these aqua plants alone. What? Oh, whoops. I accidentally took away the exclusion. Not what I intended to do. But now that we're in Lair and guys are stabbable, it feels pretty okay. Not everything gets stabbed all the time, but a lot of stuff is just dying without putting up a fight. If I were to find, like, what would I even want to improve here? Ring of Invisibility would be fantastic. I would consider that like the game is won at that point, basically. I feel like Heroism's about to wear off. Well, it doesn't matter. One of them saw me anyway. What's excluded up here? The Yacht Club plant. Okay. So let's back off. And we could use this door because frogs don't have thumbs. But I think instead I'll just back off. Take the one frog that saw me. And kill him? Yeah. Close the door so I can isolate him from his friends. Okay. Come on in. Just one at a time, please. Boop. Oh, I guess he got poisoned to death. That's cool. Blink frogs everywhere. Not a fan. And let's regen as well. I don't know, let's class confusion. That's way more effective. And there's just like experience falling from the sky now because we can stab enemies who are way too high level for us to kill in fair fights. And some of this stuff like we could kill like with just a spectral weapon and some charms. But I feel like this has served the purpose of my practice game. And I'm going to do the same thing I did last week, which is save it here, get started on the real game, and hopefully never come back to this. Just kill it off once I'm done winning the tournament. But if the real game goes quite badly, and I might come back to this for... I'm not sure if I said the practice game or the real game. If the real game goes quite badly, I might come back to play this practice game a little bit more, just to see just so I can imagine, oh, if only I'd played a little bit better, look, I would have gotten all 10 points. Oh, you know, I'm such a great player even though I got 0 points. And I guess if we were to die right here, we would get 1 point for entering Lair. And we have to make it at least to a rune without killing an enemy to get the first tier bonus point. And then if you can make it all the way to the end of the game without killing a unique, you can get 3 more points. We might also have gotten the Okawaru Max Piety achievement, although I bet we didn't. Yeah, it looks like no. Okay. So that's going to do it for this video. I encourage you to watch the real game, which should be up fairly soon. I imagine I'll be getting right into it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.